It is British Beauty Week, and I'm here with the amazing Samantha Amey, whose shop front is up here in Newport Pagnell. And we met because she's a winner of a Women's Leadership Award in Milton Keynes, which is just amazing. But Samantha, tell us a bit more about what you do here, how you got into it, what it means to you.
Okay. We're Ever After Vitality Centre. That's the name of the clinic and beauty salon. We've been in Newport Pagnell for 8.5 years now. But this year is actually our 10-year anniversary of Ever After. It's been through some transitions over that time. We have a team of 8 of us now, lots of different specialities. So I'm skin specialist and studying as a functional wellness practitioner and hormone health specialist. So my long-term goal is to be able to support not always women, but primarily women with hormonal issues, menopause, perimenopause, puberty, and then other things like PCOS, endometriosis, anything hormone related or just general health related, really. So that's kind of where I'm kind of heading in the direction of, and actually winning Women Leaders has given me so many opportunities to speak to people like yourself, and be able to spread the word more about options that people have available to them that we may not be aware of. We may just think that we've got the NHS and the kind of healthcare system that is our standard, but there is a lot more out there, and there is a lot more support that people can look for. And just as a side note, I've got a radio show now, which is a monthly radio show, which is going to be on my YouTube and podcast as well, which is on all sorts of things health related. This month's one is on menopause because it's Menopause Awareness Month. Next month is on men's mental health for International Men's Day. Going back to the salon, so that's what I do. But then I have Julie. She's a laser specialist. She does laser hair removal, laser skin treatments, and a range of other skin treatments. And she's an absolute genius with acne skin. So anyone, particularly teens, she works with a lot of teenagers. She's a miracle worker. And when we combine that with me working with the gut health and the hormone health, the changes that you can kind of see in people just from figuring out what's going on in their bodies naturally without needing to go down the route of steroids and tretinoin and all of that type of stuff, which can also cause damage. Again, it's knowing the things that you can have that are outside of what we're aware of.
Some of this isn't new, right?
No.
Some of this is that things that we used to call them, our grandmother remedies and things like that. But actually they're coming back because they're getting some real scientific evidence about how they really contribute well.
The science is there backing it all. And a lot of it, like you say, it's older than what we would consider to be our now traditional medicine. It goes back further than that. And it's going back to the roots really with a lot of it and looking after our bodies at a more natural level.
And sometimes, people have heard me talk about menopause before. It's perimenopause. It's a very interesting journey for us all. And it's not just about the HRT.
No.
I'm very happy to say, but there's still other stuff that's happening. Yeah. We were talking earlier about how this environment is as much about the treatments you get as it is about that sort of self-care, wellness.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things we really realized during COVID that we weren't doing.
And I think during COVID as well, because in a lot of cases, the day-to-day stresses, although it was a stressful time, a lot of the standard day-to-day stresses that were people's normal, they were taken away. So that led a lot of people to find health that they may not have seen for quite a long time. And it does come down to our stress levels, a lot of it as well, like nutrition, stress levels. Are we taking on too much? Which is women, we are quite guilty of doing that. We tend to be like the backbone for everybody else and stop looking after ourselves. And that plays a huge role in why we're suffering more, or seem to be suffering more now with perimenopause and menopause, and why it's been noticing it so much earlier, because women are trying to have careers, raise children, sometimes raise their husbands.
Take care of their parents.
Take care of their parents, because we're in that middle generation where we're raising children, but we've got parents that are living longer, which is amazing, but then there might be other health issues that we have to help them out with. So we have to look at our hormones are often really given a lot of slack for, being the villain in the story, but actually a lot of the time they're the victim of something else happening. So what are we doing to support our hormones? And if we're not doing the right thing to support our hormones, it's almost pointless even having the HRT, because we're not addressing the root issue.
Exactly.
And that's what That's what I'm here for.
And I think there's so many myths about the beauty industry.
Yeah.
It's science-based. In fact, the training for it is quite difficult and science-based. You can't do these jobs unless you really understand the hair, the skin, all the bits and
In
pieces.
depth as well.
In depth. But also, it's £30.4 billion to the economy last year. It grew 4 times faster than the economy grew. There is, I think, because we live such stressful lives, a bigger need, but also so much innovation going on.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting time, actually,
Yeah.
to be doing your business.
Yeah. And I think the beauty industry, and whether that's hair, beauty, skin, aesthetics, we often are like the frontline people who will pick up on things with our clients. We're the people that's called beauty therapy. We actually had to do in my day when I went to college for 2 years to study this. We had to do a whole module on counselling. We had to learn how to be able to speak to people who were suffering with something, because inevitably you are faced with that on a daily basis in your salon. And that'll be the same for hairdressers. It's quite an intimate treatment, when someone's working on any part of your body. We have to learn we have to be part of that process of helping people and referring on where necessary.
I often feel my hairdresser is a therapist. That 3 hours that I spend every 6 weeks is a huge amount of self and care, but it's also, she's somebody who's seen me now for years. So she'll be the first to notice if something's wrong.
Yeah.
Or, getting your nails done, and is it an age spot or is it cancerous? Yeah. The knowledge is there to say, actually, you should be worried about this. Or when you get a face treatment.
Yeah, and there's actually courses that therapists in beauty, hair, in fact, it's encouraged in all of this sector. Courses that you can do which help you to pick up on these things and how to deal with them if you do notice something, how you kind of deal with that carefully, because you have to be careful about how you mention these things to someone as well. I did a course on that a couple of years ago, and I think that's something that I'd like it to be part of your training, actually, like going back all the way to college, or make a lot more people aware of it. So there is training out there to be able to pick up on these things as well.
And you're often the only place that women go on their own, and so in domestic abuse situations, you get those disclosures because they feel comfortable and safe making them. And again, that's quite a big burden to take on.
Yeah. I've actually had 2 experiences of helping somebody get out of a situation, and one was a very serious one. And that's something we had some training on that as well a few years back. So we're doing some training to help people in our industry be able to manage that type of thing and what we do with this.
So I wanted to say a huge thank you for what you do, because it goes well beyond coming out of your salon, coming out of ever after, feeling better about yourself because you've had a treatment or your nails are beautiful or whatever it might be. Actually, there's something that's very healing about it inside as well.
Yeah.
Because you've taken that time to remember that you're worth it.
Can I just mention the other treatments that we do? Because I did
Yes.
mention the other girls.
Yes.
So we've got Lauren, who does nails and beauty. We have Shari, who does sports therapy, injury recovery, and other nice massages as well. We have Claire, who's a holistic therapist. She does Indian head massage, reflexology, and also nails.
Sounds ideal.
We have Lucy, who does nails and beauty therapy. And we have Chloe, who's a nurse prescriber, so she does all of our prescription clinics. And we also have Ellie, who's doing our marketing now.
It's fantastic. And I just love that this is completely, your whole team is women and you're just absolutely smashing it and leading the way and inspiring others in Milton Keynes with your Women's Leader Award.